Hi, I'm Monica with the Stop Mandated Shunning Project, and this is the channel where we fight back against cults and high-control religions that use family estrangement and social death to control their members. To my fellow black sheep and cult survivors out there, I would like us to add a new term to our vocabulary: predatory alienation. What is that, you may ask? It is the legal equivalent to mandated shunning. Predatory alienation is a term we need to start using more often if we want to fight back legally against organizations that use organized ostracism as a form of psychological violence. If you are an ex-Jehovah's Witness, you are likely familiar with the situation in Norway where the state tried to remove religious registration from Jehovah's Witnesses due to their human rights violations, including shunning former members and negative social control of children. Here in the USA, some lawmakers and human rights advocates are trying to create laws against predatory alienation. It is defined as a severe form of psychological manipulation and undue influence. It occurs when an individual or group intentionally isolates a victim from family, friends, and support systems to establish total control over their decisions, finances, or life choices. States in the USA that have bills or laws regarding the coercive tactic of predatory alienation include California, New York, and New Jersey. If you're wondering how the legal progress made against coercive groups like Jehovah's Witnesses, the Unification Church, the Soul Family, and others in Japan, Norway, and Spain could also happen in the USA, the key is to get involved with legislation at the state level. You can contact lawmakers in whichever state you live and find out how to propose legislation on predatory alienation. I want to give credit to prominent author and law professor Robin Boyle-Leisure for her incredible article, Preventing Predatory Alienation by High Control Groups: The Application of Human Trafficking Laws to Groups Popularly Known as Cults. I'll include a link to her article in the description. If you grew up in a high control religion, as I did, you probably didn't get the best secular education and probably didn't get any professional training at all. But one thing we did learn from being in a cult is the importance of language control. The group controlled our language and gave us specific vocabulary for what we could and could not say, and we know how that affected how we were able to think. Well, now we can use this understanding to realize how important words are. Finding and then repeatedly using the right vocabulary is critical when we are talking to lawmakers, attorneys, other professionals, or just the media or general public. We need to find a way to explain how we were damaged by living our lives in these coercive groups. If you follow the research on cults and totalitarian groups, you are already familiar with terms like coercive control, undue influence, psychological violence, and of course, mandated shunning. Let's add predatory alienation to the list. Side note, Robin Boyle-Leisure is a member of ICSA, International Cultic Studies Association. I was able to hear her speak 2 times at their annual conference, 2 years ago in Barcelona and last year in Montreal. This year the conference is going to be in San Diego the first week of July. If you would like to hear her speak, fingers crossed she'll be there again, and you'll hear many other wonderful speakers. If you're in the San Diego area and you're interested in the topic of cults and coercive control, I encourage you to attend.